Longinus and Sublime. Have you ever read a poem or a speech and suddenly felt goosebumps? Have you ever felt shocked, amazed, or completely lifted while reading just a few lines of the writing? That feeling is not just happiness. That feeling is not a simple beauty. That feeling is called the sublime. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to study Longinus and is a famous concept of the sublime. So let us begin. Who is Longinus? Longinus is an ancient Greek literary critic. He is traditionally believed to have lived in the 1st century AD. The most important thing you should remember, Longinus is the author of the famous critical work On the Sublime. On the Sublime is called in Greek perihipsos. Even though scholars debate about his exact identity, that is unknown. Longinus, that already I have told you, a Greek critic and the author of On the Sublime. His important lies in the fact that he did not focus on rules but on emotional power in literature. What is On the Sublime? Now let us understand the text clearly. On the Sublime is a treatise on literary criticism. It is written mainly as the guide for writers and speakers. The main question Longinus asks is, why does some writing move us deeply while some writing does not? He says that great writing does not just please the reader, it overpowers, elevates, and transports the reader. This extraordinary power is called the sublime. Meaning of the sublime. Now, let us clearly understand the meaning of sublime. According to Longinus, the sublime is that quality of a writing which lifts the reader out of ordinary experience. In simple words, the sublime shocks the mind. It creates awe and wonder. It makes the reader feel something grand, powerful, and unforgettable. Unlike beauty, which pleases slowly, the sublime strikes suddenly and powerfully. That is why Longinus says the sublime does not pursue, it overwhelms. Now we can see the difference between sublime and beauty. Beauty pleases gently, depends on harmony and form, can be learned by rules. Of course, the beauty that soothes us, it gently makes us happy. But sublime is totally different. Sublime overpowers suddenly, depends on a greatness of a thought and emotion, cannot be produced by rules alone. But in a beauty, there we have to follow the rules, but in sublime, there is no rule at all. So remember this line, beauty charms, but the sublime transports. Now we can discuss very important sources, the 5 sources of sublime. Now we come to the heart of Longinus' theory. Longinus explains that the sublime comes from 5 main sources. Let us understand each one slowly. First one, grandeur of thought. This means greatness of ideas. A writer must think nobly and deeply. Small minds cannot produce sublime literature. For example, Homer describing the power of gods, Milton describing Satan or heaven in Paradise Lost. These ideas are larger than ordinary life. So remember, sublimity begins in the mind of the writer. Second one, intensity of emotion. The second source is strong emotion. True sublimity comes from genuine passion, not artificial emotion. For example, a mother crying for her child, a warrior sacrificing his life for his land or for his country. When emotion is a real and intense, it naturally becomes sublime. Longinus says emotion must be controlled, not exaggerated. Third point, figures of speech. The third source is the effective use of figures of speech. This includes metaphor, hyperbole, rhetorical questions. But remember, figures should serve emotion, not decorate language. If figures are used only for a show, they destroy sublimity. Next point, the fourth one, noble diction. This refers to elevated and dignified language. The choice of words should be powerful, appropriate, and majestic. For example, words used in a epic poetry are different from daily conversation. So, sublime language is not a simple but not artificial either. Fifth one, dignified composition. The final source is arrangement of words. Even great ideas fail if they are poorly arranged. A good structure that composition includes, the dignified composition includes, increases emotional effect, gives rhythm and harmony, supports the greatness of a thought. Thus, the composition completes the sublimity. Now, Longinus's rules. What are the rules that he talks about? Longinus actually does not believe in strict rules. He does not. Like Aristotle or Horace, he says rules can guide ordinarily writing, but genius breaks the rules. True sublimity comes from natural talent, emotional depth, great imagination. This idea later influenced the romantic critics, romantic poets, including Wordsworth, Coleridge, and most of the great writers of the world. So now we can even discuss about the moral characters. What are the characters of sublime? So, moral characters of a sublime, Longinus strongly believes that a great writer must be a morally great person. According to him, corruption weakens the mind, moral decay destroys the greatness. So, sublimity depends not only on skill but also on character. This is a unique feature of Longinus's criticism. Importance of Longinus that already we have talked. What is the importance of a Longinus? Longinus, why he is really appropriate and very much a great critic, because he focuses on emotional impact. He values imagination and greatness. He anticipates romantic criticism. He shifts criticism from rules to experience. This is why he is called the critic of elevation and emotional power. Now we can even discuss some examination oriented points. Longinus, as we know, he is a great critic. His work is on the sublime. Sublime means elevation of the soul. 5 sources of sublimity that already we have discussed, and importance of emotion and morality that is emphasized, and rejection of rigid rules. So there is a no rule at all according to the great writer of Longinus. So now I am going to conclude this video. Let me end with a simple thought. Rules can teach us how to write, but the sublime teaches us how to move hearts, how to move, shake, and even erode the feelings in heart. Longinus reminds us that literature is not just an academic subject, it is an experience that can lift the human soul. So, whenever you read a poem or a speech, ask yourself, did this just please me or did it lift me beyond myself? If it lifted you, you have experienced the sublime. So, friend, thank you for watching. If this lesson helped you, please like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more easy English literature videos. So, friend, again I will meet with a new critical theory and a great writer. Thank you very much.